We need to protest Carter. I actually protested him at UC Irvine, where we had the Irvine Intifada, and it was impossible because there were a few of us and hundreds of people just walking into the auditorium. How can you fit everything that you just said into a few sentences to even get people to start to listen?
Well, look, the question of tactics for somebody like Carter is very, very hard. I mean, it was hard on Brandeis. Brandeis basically kind of just did a selection of who could get in, couldn't get in, maybe let Alan Dershowitz in. Look, the press is an incredibly important. The press is an incredibly important way to do this too. So even if everybody can't get into the thing, universities have presses and newspapers, and you don't need a university paper to actually publish your stuff. People have the internet and all sorts of ways. So I think that's part of the answer. Part of the answer is, ironically, that the internet levels the playing field. And ironically, I think sometimes people. So there are certain organizations on Israel's quote-unquote side who've done a reasonably good job. Honest reporting is very often very effective. I have some problem with some of their takes on some things because, again, it seems to me to be too black and white. And I'm not one of those, we're all right, they're all wrong, and they go in that direction a little bit for my taste. But, all right. But they're certainly doing a hell of a lot better than nothing, that's for sure. And they certainly, in the early days of the Intifada, were doing something that nobody else was doing. But the internet levels the playing field to a certain extent, and so does desktop publishing and all that kind of stuff. But I think the press is a very important thing. And on campuses, if Carter's going to speak, so fine, so invite Dershowitz. Not the same night, obviously. Different time. Invite Dershowitz and have it in a bigger hall where we can fill the place, and then have it covered as much as you can by the local press, both university press and outside. But you're sophisticated enough, obviously, to know that the press game is a very complicated game, and Israel plays it incredibly. Thank you very much. Israel plays it incredibly badly. I often think that if the Foreign Ministry of Israel was actually asked to market sushi, it would do something like dead raw fish. I mean, it's all true, but it's just horrendously bad. And I think that the Jewish community has a lot to learn about how to do this. But I think you got to get out there and you got to slug it out for press time, for high-profile visibility. And look, something about this from your experience on campus doing stuff. You know that it takes a lot of work, but it actually can be done. So that's a first, not terribly whole answer, but that's a first step.